Hi, welcome to the video. I'm Dame, this is DameOver. I'm currently live streaming right now, so there will be some people in the chat probably writing some stuff as I'm chatting to you. But we're starting a new series where I just chat nonsense. And the chat may be helped sometimes, and I've just murdered a horse in the game. And today, we're going to be talking about why games are better than movies and TV shows. An idea from Jack. Thank you so much. Objection is the name.
Also, use the worst
LMG.
Thank
you, Castuber, for the 20 that's come through for the daily goal for today. Let's cut back to the action so you can see some gameplay while I'm chatting absolute nonsense. I'm so bad at this game.
Give your meat a good old rub.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button. Thank you so much, little pop-up. Okay, why is gaming so addicting? Why do people like it so much? And why do they enjoy it sometimes more than TV shows and movies? And you know what? I think it comes from a certain type of person. I know for me, and I can talk from my experience, that I like to be involved in the action. I like to feel like I'm making a difference to something. I would rather interact with a video game that is story driven and see how that pans out and have some sort of bearing on what happens than just watch it happen. As much as I love TV shows, as much as I love movies, as much as I admire and respect great acting, directing, and all of the surrounding production work that happens on those things, I think being involved, especially in something that's story-driven, is really, really cool. So that's something why I think games like The Witcher 3, why Cyberpunk 2077, Fallout, why it has so much replayability, is because you are involved and you are so important to what happens within the game. Without you as the player, the protagonist, it just doesn't happen, which is really cool. Everyone wants to be the main character in their own story, and video games allow you to do that in a very realistic sense. Am I right, chat? Now, it does sort of raise the question why something like Battlefield 1, why people keep coming back to it. And it's because of the action. It's because it's something that they wouldn't really ever experience in real life. Obviously they wouldn't, because it's World War I and it's back in time. And yeah, it's because of the action. It's because it's sort of escapism, and it's fun and challenging yourself against other players in a scenario. In the same way that people like sport, it's different every single time, and you don't know what's going to happen, and any moment could be the moment, which is why I think playing like COD, for instance, like was it FaZe that won very recently? Playing Search and Destroy, or like those very punishing game types. Playing Rainbow Six Siege, any moment could be the moment, and you cannot make a mistake, otherwise you get punished. Which is really cool, right? And some people, like Jack is saying in the chat right now, I want urgency in the story, whether it's making narrative decisions or even just doing the combat. It makes me feel like I'm in it, makes me more immersed. See, that's the immersion thing that we really, really like. We like to play out, I think, as human beings. Like I said, being the main character in our own story, but also being slightly different from ourselves. And that's where I think gaming, particularly amongst men, has been very popular in the past. Because I know there have been studies done on like how girls and boys play. So there was one, I think I've talked about this before on stream, where there was this group of girls and this group of boys that were given a Batman figure to play with, and the boys immediately decided that they were Batman. They would start doing the voice, they'd start doing the actions, they would pretend that they are Batman. Women and girls, I think, are slightly different in their mentality, and based on this study, the girls in particular had a different way of approaching it. Batman would become them. Their attributes would be put onto Batman instead of them becoming that character, which is quite an exciting and different way of thinking about things, which opens up a whole host of other questions as to why video games are universal. But as far as multiplayer go, Byron's just said in the chat, competitiveness, wanting to achieve something and win. Also, being toxic to the actors on a screen doesn't hit the same. No, it really doesn't. But yeah. It's like playing sport, but it's more accessible because you don't have to be an athlete to play video games. You can be any size, any shape, any level of fitness, as long as you can pick up a controller or use a mouse and a keyboard, then absolutely it's there. And the characters that we like, the characters that we look up to, are still there in those video games. your favorite Marvel superhero, you can also play as that character in a video game, which is another level of connection to them that you wouldn't get otherwise, which I think is really, really cool. So basically, to summarize this short little video, men are insecure, women like who they are a little bit more. Video games are cool because you are the person that's driving it and you get to be involved, whether that is working for a team for a collective goal like winning this round right now, which I'm trying to do, or you are playing as a hero in a story that you would otherwise never be involved in. Video games can access a certain part of the human psyche that, as much as having empathy for characters that you see on a screen in TV and movies, as much as that happens, it's just not quite the same as feeling like you're actually stuck in it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, Dame Talk. What should I call this series, guys? Any ideas? Let me know in the comments and I'll change it. And sometimes, like Byron just said, he plays the teabag. And you know what? I respect it. All right, thank you for your contributions, chat. I'll catch you in the next one. Let's Dame over. Peace. I'm running away. I'm running. I'm dead.
Thank you.